We have a 5-year-old son who has some learning disabilities, not a formal diagnosis, and so we've been looking into alternative ways to get him on track and keep him on track. And I'd read just a tiny bit about neurofeedback, and I hopped online. Denise's name came up. I liked what she had to say. We've been at it since November, so now about 8 months. 7 months? 7 months maybe only. And we've had amazing results.
Tell me about the results.
Tanner's biggest deficit was focusing and paying attention. And I think his ability to learn was being impaired. He's a very bright guy. He's a great athlete, et cetera, et cetera. And everybody wanted to help him and teach him, and nothing would sink in because he couldn't focus and pay attention. So now, while we still have a few issues, they are so mild in comparison to what we were dealing with back in November. And
they've diminished substantially since then. And he's taken off and playing sports. He's on a soccer team, played t-ball this spring. He is now on the swim team.
Yeah.
And he's turned into a real little 5-year-old.
And I think one of the big things that I did learn from Denise, which I couldn't have learned from anybody else that we've been dealing with, is his connection with what was going on. So what's the word? What do you call it? You call it
connection.
Coherence. It's coherence.
There we go.
And his connection to his friends. He was always connected to us, but to his friends, and the importance of all of these things and why people were teaching him these things. And now it's all coming together for him, which makes, you know, his enjoyment of life, everything, just that much more.
Right.
He's much more present, I would say, today than he was 6 or 8 months ago, and he really has friends now. And he understands that life is real. It's not just a video, and that's a big difference. And it's brought him much more into everyone's life, which has been great.
Wonderful. Tell me, Darcy, prior to this therapy, what were the doctors telling you?
That they don't know. They actually don't know. They don't know, really don't know what the issues are. They know there are issues, and Tanner is lumped in with kids who have a million different issues. So they don't know. They don't know how to fix it. They know how to do a little bit of training so it gets a little bit better. They know where to direct you to certain agencies that deal with the spectrum of kids, but they don't. They really don't know what to do with these kids at this point. I think it's so new, and there's so many of them that they're overwhelmed, and they want to blame it on this, that, or the other thing. And I think that's probably why I ended up where we ended up, was because nobody was giving me any answers. And they're all saying, well, it's a little of this, it's a little of that, it's a little this, that.
But we did go through the, I would say, traditional remedial activity. So he went to occupational therapy. He had speech because he was
a late talker,
and so on. But the quantum leap forward occurred after we started with Denise and Clear Mind Center, and it's been astounding. Even we haven't been always forthright with all of the friends around us in what we're doing, because we kind of wondered what they would be thinking about it. But to a person, they have all commented on what has happened. So from
not knowing what
was going on. So for me, it was an empiric proof for all of them that Tanner's changed dramatically, and I think we owe the vast majority of that improvement to Clear Mind Center and Denise. It's been fabulous.